Alright, we back with it. You know what I'm saying? We back with it. We back.
Ever since I was a little kid, I've dreamed of making it to the NBA.
There's James to the rim, and
And now at 23 years old, I've been blessed with
See, I'm not gonna lie. I just wanted a jersey.
an opportunity to make that a reality. I've been recruited for a tryout to the Santa Cruz Warriors and NBA G League team. They've had players like Jordan Poole, Seth Curry on the team, and I know what you're thinking, Jesse, why would they recruit you? Well, my basketball resume speaks for itself. High school, freshman league champion, James Harden 2v2 invitational tournament champion. Even played against top YouTube hoopers, kick genius, and literally made them retire. 2 I-First All-Stars, I got
That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't know they made him retire right after that. That's crazy.
champion, James Harden 2v2 invitational tournament champion. Even played against top YouTube hoopers, kick genius, and literally made them retire. 2 I-First All-Stars, I got MVP with a triple-double. There were pro players in that game. Do not underestimate me. I had to prepare with the best NBA trainer I know. He trains over 100 NBA players, including LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, all-time greats.
Old guys.
Made it to the gym with my boy Chris Johnson. He's gonna get me right for the tryout tomorrow.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. We worked on tightening up my handles, getting my jump shot right, because at the end of the day, I'm a spot-up shooter. That's the role I'm gonna play on one of these teams. What is your biggest advice for me tomorrow?
Going into it, be prepared for the cardio.
How do I be prepared for that? Because I'm not ready for that. So, do you think I can make the team?
Let's say that it's a close workout. A G League NBA team. You're gonna run into guys that was already drafted.
They have the experience.
You don't stand a chance. They've tried out their whole life.
Yeah.
After that, I ran into NBA champion Eric Bledsoe and got some advice from him.
To have fun with this first tryout?
Yeah.
Yeah, have fun with it, bro. It's a once in a lifetime experience. Go do your thing.
Hey,
Good luck,
appreciate
too,
that.
man.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hey mom, I got my NBA tryout tomorrow. Do you think I can make it?
Of course you can make it, Jesse. You're MVP.
Respectfully, you are the best hooper in 2 height, and I believe in you, bro.
Dead ass?
I know you can make it.
You really believe
You
that?
can.
Do you think I could take like Curry's spot in the starting lineup?
Yes, if that's what you want.
Hey, I say you make it before I do.
That's what I was talking
Go
about.
in there with some confidence.
Thank you. I thought you were gonna just say no instantly.
Like trying out for the NBA.
All right, man. Don't disappoint me now.
San Francisco.
We have made it to the Chase Center. This is where the Warriors play their games. There's actually a practice facility connected to the arena. That's where the tryouts are gonna be. Now, for G League tryouts, there's an open tryout and a closed tryout. An open tryout, literally anyone can pull up to. And then there's closed tryouts, which I'm doing today, which is invite only. So we're talking about ex-college players, ex-NBA players, overseas players. These are the type of guys I'm going up against. And Chris Johnson yesterday said I would have no shot of making the team. So today I'm gonna prove him wrong. Made it into the arena. Your boy has got his practice jersey. I feel like I'm on the team, man. I have an NBA jersey. You know what I'm saying? The ops are walking in, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous. I don't know what I got myself into. I might have been way over my head with this one, boys. I had to bust out my Currys. It's only right. It's gonna give me the good luck today. First part of the tryout, they're getting my height, my weight, my wingspan. Let's see how I match up against the ops. I weighed in at 210 pounds, and the person after me.
Ron Artest.
Yes, you heard that right. Ron Artest's son, who actually played in the Canadian Basketball League. These are my ops. I squared him up. I think he was intimidated. My wingspan was 75 inches.
Not bad.
6'2" and a half.
You almost said 6'3". Comparing my build to other NBA players, really the only difference is I'm heavier, and that plays to my advantage. I'm a big guard. Everyone's warming up right now. Everyone's quiet. It's very tense in here, man. Everyone is fighting for the spot. There was definitely a lot of comp there, but I wasn't intimidated. I've played against great NBA players like LaMelo Ball, James Harden, Giannis. Oh no! and I've held my own. You know what, I might actually be delusional about my skills, but we'll find out if I make the team at the end of the video. During the warm-ups, I made friends with the center, my boy Tanner. How's it going? Jesse.
Jesse?
Nice to meet
Tanner.
you. Tanner?
Yeah.
That's goody. Hey, you guys take it easy on me, boss. Don't dunk on me, okay? I feel like I got a big target on my head today. They just know I'm a YouTuber. They don't know who I am, they just know I'm a YouTuber. But that's time I'm gonna prove myself, man. Look at this, KSI, Logan Paul become professional boxers. Now, time for me to become an NBA player. If I make this, I'm making the team.
Yeah, that's facts though. They need somebody to be in the NBA. Like, this might not be.
I know all you guys were invited here for a reason, and we're excited to see you guys basically hoop in these next hour and a half, 2 hours. So work on 3. 1, 2, 3, work!
Let's get it! Yes, sir!
Let's get it! To start off the tryout, we did a group warm-up with everyone. I was just trying not to be last in any of the drills. I stuck out like a sore thumb out there. Oh, God. Yeah! I'm gassed, fam. That was a tough warm-up. Then we all split off to different sides of the gym, and I made sure to stay with the head coach of the team so he could see my skills.
Spin. Good luck.
Hey,
Oh, damn.
hey.
Bro, everyone's dunking. I feel like I have to.
Oh, you got it though.
That boy is bouncy, man. I was getting up.
I like that.
You like the dunk? I got one in, man.
Good, Justin.
Go. You hear that? The head coach knows my name. Oh!
Oh. Spot up shooter.
Oh no! I can't hit a shot. This one's for you. No.
Take your time, goddammit.
Then we went into some 3v3s. This was an opportunity to showcase myself. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Get B. That was nice. Oh, wow. You gotta shoot that.
I ended up scoring 0 points in that 3v3. I still got a lot to prove in these 3-on-3s. I am unbelievably gassed. Second game, I get a shot, top of the key. Brick it, I get the ball back. Euro step pass! Then my teammate drives in and absolutely sells my clip. I'm gonna stop gaslighting myself. I was ass out there.
Mad nervous though. You moving right. You just take that shot.
Come here. Ooh. I ended up losing every single 3v3. My teammates weren't even on the same page. We couldn't even dap each other up.
I like the Euro pass fake, long kick out. That was good.
Thank you. Trying my best out here. The head coach sees me, fam. That's what I'm talking about. That Euro step was fire.
Hey, that was like a Jordan Poole pass right there.
I taught him that one. How am I playing out there, Fon? How do you feel like I'm playing?
Be a goldfish.
What does that mean?
It means forget your miss onto the next one.
Facts. After that, it was time for the 5v5 where all the scouts, the GMs, they're all watching. This is the main event. It was time for me to lead my team to victory. I had to try to be a team leader out there.
Okay.
Hey, can we try to go blue? Lucky color. Blue team. I'll sub out first. Team player. Coach is looking for a team player out there, so I've elected to sub out for the team. They all just walked on, so I was like, all right, I guess. Mike Curry on the bench, plotting. The 5v5 started out intense instantly. I mean, people are fighting for a spot on the team.
You're not allowed to.
Oh, it's going down. Let's go. That's my boy right there. Nah, I hope I do not have to guard him. He is fast.
Damn.
Nah, he is nice. He might make this squad. Who'd you have?
Got 3 or 20.
Nah, I hope I do not have to guard him. He is fast.
20.
Oh, I got 20. I checked into the game, and to be completely honest, this was the highest level of basketball I've ever been a part of. I was actually shooketh. I check into the game, first play, I'm taking up the ball, I give my teammate a handoff, stick out my ass. Man said it was illegal.
Illegal.
I don't think so. I'm gonna do me. I spot up in the corner, my teammate finds me. I missed the open three, but on the way back, I go for the hustle play. I get fouled on the loose ball. Those are the types of plays the coaches are looking for.
From deep?
Damn, that was tough.
That was tough.
Switch. Yes, getting the steal on the big man. That was a big play. Our team is down by 1 point with 10 seconds left. The guard shoots the ball. He misses it, and I tap out the rebound to our player for the win, and he bricks it. No! But guess what? The coaches saw that tip out. It was great.
Take a minute, we'll get going. Good work, good rebound.
I didn't score, but I was a defensive monster, to say the least. I was getting some rebounds out here. I was making winning plays. That's what the coaches are looking for.
All right, guys, so my team has gone on to the loser's court, but we are now up 12-4. They haven't subbed me in this game. But we're winning. It's a team game.
I almost got dunked on, but I'm showing the coaches I'll put my body on the line. My teammates were selling my clips. That was a beautiful pass.
What?
He is nice. He's my idol.
Oh, let's go! I hit that layup. I scored against pros. It felt so good. But the very next play, my career changed forever. My rotator cuff was completely strained. I know it was hard to see what happened. In the moment, it felt like my entire shoulder popped out. I was not able to play anymore.
Man was driving into me. I'm flying into my right side of my body. I tried to cut him off. I feel like my shoulder got dislocated or something. My NBA dreams. No.
And with that injury, I'm retiring from my professional basketball career, leaving it as one of, if not the greatest what-if questions in sports history. What I could have accomplished. The world may never know, but we're still gonna see if the coaches would have picked me up.
Let's be real right now. I know it's on your mind. I know it's on my mind. Am I getting a spot on the team?
I think you were really close, but I gotta say, I don't quite think we'll get there, but you know, at the end of the day, the good thing is I'm just the head coach. That's not up to me. That'll be up to David Fatoki.
He said it was up to the GM, so I went straight to ask him.
I have a question for you. Do I have a spot on the roster?
Ooh, put me on the spot right now. We didn't even have to.
Hypothetically.
I think he's got a shot. He's got a chance.
Nah, y'all are so nice.
I've got a chance.
Y'all are too nice out here.
I feel like everyone's been gaslighting me my whole life. First my mom said I could make it to the league. Now they're making me think I have a chance.
Big thank you to the NBA for giving me this opportunity, and they're launching their NBA app, so make sure to download it. If you want to check out me going to get some NBA players, it's popping.
No, thank you. No, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the last shit, and then we out of here. We going. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the last shit. We out of here.
Hey kids, I just woke up from a nap I took in January of 2020 and boy are my arms tired. Let's see what I missed. Queen's dead, war in Ukraine, the Taliban's back. What
Taliban's back.
Holy shit. They made a movie called Scoob.
What?
Unprecedented global pandemic, Space Jam 2, some popular guy named Brandon. Yep, that just about covers it. Anyway, we all know about the scientific names of animals, but did you ever wonder what they actually mean? To find out, we must look to taxonomists. They're the guys responsible for the systems of nomenclature we use to classify organisms, and boy are they convoluted. First you got the big 8, domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. I've seen plenty of mnemonic devices for this, but since the D just showed up in the 90s and is still disputed by some scientists, he's usually not included. So allow me to suggest a few. Dizzy kids puke cereal on fairground staff. Dumb kittens pushing cups over feeds growing spite. Donkey Kong's oh, fucking serendipitously. The way this whole thing works differs slightly depending on which kingdom you pick. So today we'll be sticking to the animal one, cause that one's the coolest and I'm in it. So what constitutes each taxon is pretty arbitrary. They basically just serve to act as another set of branches in the tree that taxonomists build. The one exception is species, which is generally defined as any group of animals that can have babies with each other that aren't sterile freaks. Mule, liger, zedonk, skunk ape, they can live fulfilling lives, but they're all shooting blanks, so they don't count. On the other hand, in our innumerable trespasses against God, we can make things like chidandanes, which actually work, so dogs are dogs are dogs. Besides species though, it's the Wild West in here. Plenty of times, 8 tiers isn't even enough for scientists, so they just stick new sublevels in between. Legions, cohorts, tribes, series, divisions, and if you want to keep going, you can throw all kinds of prefixes on any of these for even more layers. There's even subspecies, which the more pedantic of you may think to yourselves that creating names for subspecies at all kind of undermines the single somewhat agreed upon definition in the whole tree. To that, my friends, taxonomists say, But while that's pretty complex, the actual names themselves are pretty easy to wrap your head around. Though taxonomists may hide behind their fancy Greek and Latin, the Vulgate is no substitute for wit. Now, I've scraped through the scientific names of a load of species, and most of them can be split into a few categories. The simplest ones are the animals that already have names in Greek or Latin. It's a lion, I'm calling it Leo. Done. Tiger, it's a tigris. Cat, it's a caddis. Easy. Multi-word names can be translated the same way. For the golden eagle, we got Aquila chrysaetos. Gold eagle eagle. They decided to be a show-off and do eagle in Greek and Latin. Essentially the same though. But if a species is too specific or exotic for a one-to-one translation, that's when you gotta get a little creative. A lot of the time, inspiration comes from just giving the creature the old once-over and pointing out some cool-looking body part. Generally, the more distinct of an identifying feature it is, the more likely it'll get in the name. For example, Homeboy took one look at this thing and said, yup, red triangle slug. I'm going on break. We called this thing a fucking unicorn, almost like that means one horn or something. Also, some guy deadass looked at an octopus and said, well, all they got is heads and feet. I'ma call them headfoot. And now biologists everywhere say cephalopod unironically. Matter of fact, if it's got feet, chances are that's part of its name somewhere. You got 4 feet, 6 feet, 8 feet, 10 feet, 2 feet, equal feet, both feet, double feet, stomach feet, lip feet, sucker feet, wing feet, big feet, slow feet, or feet, both feet, joint feet, no feet, 10,000 feet, cow's feet, spade feet, cat feet, small feet. If it doesn't look that interesting, another thing to point out is where you found it. This could be a territory like American bear or Siamese crocodile, or just a habitat like woods macaque or toilet rat. But that's boring. We need to look at the men behind the magic and what drives and motivates them. Now, if there's one thing that the scientific community loves, it's clout. And there's no better way to go down in history than plastering your own name on some shit you found. But not all fields have the same volume of things to scribble the old John Hancock over. On the one end, you got physicists just making up their own slightly different form of ionizing radiation measurement, and even then only the top dogs got away with it. Now zoology, any little goober flouncing through the underbrush can say, this one has 13 spots, but the one in the book's only got 11. I will call him Splinkus's ladybird. Alternatively, plenty of biologists have given shout-outs to their contemporaries, both other biologists and those across the academic gamut, from geologists to physicists to explorers and more. Naturally, Darwin's got a shitload, but even the background characters get immortalized one way or another. Who are Thompson, Grant, Summering, Erlanger, Speke, and Cuvier? I don't know, but they've all got gazelles, so they must be pretty cool. Of course, other times, the name checks go to people who had fuck all to do with anything except for one taxonomist being a fan of theirs. Plenty of popular celebrities have species named after them, but since all the big cute stuff was found and branded a while ago, most of these idols are commemorated through repulsive little invertebrates. You got Scaptia, Beyonce. The only similarity I can gather here is queen bee, looks like a bee, both not a real bee. There's Anomphila, Theophilus Jagarius, an old stone named after an old stone. In 2007, one Jason Bond, a professor of biology at UC Davis, dubbed this little dude Myrmecia Neil Youngie to honor his favorite musician, which caused my man Stephen Colbert to go on TV and profess his utter indignation at not having a spider named after himself. So naturally, the next year, Bond actually went on the Colbert Report to announce the naming of apostachus Stephen Colbert. So, if that gives any of you epic biologists out there any ideas, you know, I wouldn't be opposed. Please, I would do anything. For the love of God, I'll even take a lichen. The world of politics is by no means immune to this phenomenon. Obama alone has fucking 9, as do a load of other presidents. Trump's got a moth with funny hair, Bush has a fungus beetle, Reagan's a wasp, Carter's got a darter, and so forth. Even Austria's most famous painter got the honor through this blind cave beetle. Mind you, it was 1933, so you can only blame the guy a tiny bit. Hitler actually wrote him a letter saying, "Oh, thank you, my little entomolomensch," and then went on to do, you know, Hitler things. Fun fact, not only was this beetle stuck with just about the worst name you could have, it's also now facing extinction solely because of its value to Nazi memorabilia collectors. Guess old habits die hard. Oop, fictional characters have their fair share of species under their belt. On the topic of evil beetles, this one's named after Darth Vader because he kind of looks like his helmet, I guess. This was actually named by the same guy who did the Bush one and belongs to the same genus. There's also this mite, genus Darth Vaderum, which is a lot more accurate and frightening. In 2012, a single bone from above the eye socket of a hitherto unidentified theropod dinosaur was being studied. And suddenly, under the light of the full moon, the guy working with the specimen had his neck covered with hair and his lips clench into a pog and his endocrine system filled with soy, and he said, "It's just like the eye of Sauron." And then he started chewing on Funko Pops and sweating cream of meme and snorting G Fuel and shitting D20s everywhere until the prostate stimulation made him. The dino's genus is now Sauroniops, from Eye of Sauron. This spider was named after Godric Gryffindor because it looks like the Sorting Hat. SpongeBob has not a sponge, but a fungus. The legendary birds from Pokemon each have their own, you guessed it, beetle, and the list goes on.
Wow.
Scientists are nerds. Who knew? Anyway, while this all seems kind of chaotic, there is some method to the madness. One rule is the principle of priority. This states that once somebody publishes their chosen name for a species for the first time, that's the name, and other taxonomists typically can't change it. This has led to plenty of misnomers coined by whoever got their foot in the door first, particularly in the case of the guys doing this stuff before we had the luxury of genetic analysis.
But how you certify it though? Like, do you go to like a copyright spot or like you just
Here's
gotta
one.
do
Red
it?
Panda? Nah. Shining Cat, coined in 1825. To be fair, they're actually about as close to cats as they are to actual pandas, so whatever. Here's 2. Capsicum chinense. Eaten there? Sure. Native? Only off by around half a globe, where literally all hot peppers came from. This principle holds true even if someone thinks they found a new species, only to later discover that it was already named. For example, in 1824, one John Edward Gray documented the plain zebra, calling it Equus burchellii, or Burchell's horse, named after a renowned naturalist of the day. Little did he know, back in 1785, some other douche classified this character as the quagga. The last quagga died in a Dutch prison in 1883.
How you get into prison?
Why do we care? Well, in the
How you get into prison? What do you do?
2000s, scientists decided to scrape some gunk off a dry quagga pelt and study its DNA. And from that they realized, wait a minute, apparently this guy and zebras could have, you know, made a little plaid in the hay together. So technically they're one species. And today they're both called quagga. Sounds kinda asinine, but then again so does asinus, and that worked out fine. Just to maintain the distinction, the extinct subspecies was renamed quagga quagga, so you know it's the real quagga. This double naming convention has been done with a lot of subspecies, in fact. Wild horse, spotted panther, or my favorite, gorilla. Just like, yeah, it's the gorillest gorilla that ever gorilled. Fuck you want from me. A closely related rule also states that the names of all taxa have to be unique. So if two people coincidentally name any taxon the same thing, the older one gets to stay and the new one gets the boot. Like if you saw a genus called echidna, you'd think it was, you know, an echidna, right? Well, no, that'd make too much sense. For a while it was true, from 1797 to 1811. Then it was pointed out that someone else already called a genus of moray eels echidna back in 1788. So the real
Somebody
echidna had to be
copied the name? You see these names that they be giving them? And they copy
changed
that?
to Tachyglossus, or quick tongue. Then a decade later, a dude did the same thing for a genus of vipers. Another 22
That is crazy.
years passed, people discovered the same thing, and they were renamed to Bitis, cause they bit us. That one at least made a bit of sense, given that the original echidna from Greek mythology was half lady, half snake, but who cares at this point. Anyway, I've just barely scraped the surface of all the goofy names out there, so feel free to post more down below. That's all I've got for now. Till next time, I'm Salmonella, and I'll see ya in 2025.
2025? What the fuck?